Sagittarius. This is your tarot reading. This is your mid-month tarot reading for the dates of August 15th through the 31st. If you're new to this videos, welcome. Hey, and welcome back all subscribers. It's such an honor to be doing your mid-month reading. Sagittarius, you have pulled 2s and 9s. So we already know the theme based on the numerology of this reading. Isn't that interesting? So with 2s, you could be talking about relationships, friendships, that kind of thing. Or you could be wanting to know, maybe you're wanting to move your relationship to the next step. With 9s, it's talking about transitioning from 10s would be the completion of a cycle. 9s are transitioning, the beginning of that transition. The 10s are definitely new beginnings or endings. Now, also with the wheel, that's consistent with the 9 theme here, that you're at the beginning of a new phase. You also pulled an ace as the basis for the reading. The Ace of Wands comes to you on the wings of angels. So this could be, it's definitely the beginning, something set in motion. When you talk about the wheel, and you're crossed by the wheel, they talk about how you can never step into the same river, and so they're talking about motion, propelling us along. The river is continually changing. So the river is symbolic of life, ever changing. And also here it talks about your urgency for things to change. Perhaps you were with the 2 of coins. This is talking about, to me, multiple jobs, making ends meet. It could be piecemealing. Here you've got this kind of job and this kind of job. Also, aces talk about entrepreneurs. So it's with the 1, it's the magical entrepreneurs, meaning, and they work with the Supreme Being for guidance because it's their baby. Whenever you have an entrepreneur, they are visionaries because they have enough courage to strike out on their own. And here I'm supposed to listen to what a message from the other side, Supreme Being. Yes, and so here, I know a lot of Sagittarius that are light workers. And I know that sometimes they don't give themselves as much credit as they deserve, like anybody else. Light workers are salt of the earth, and so if you know of light workers, be supportive of them, treat them fairly. End of story. If you are a light worker, treat yourself, treat your people the way you want to be treated. Now, the High Priestess is the end of this reading. This talks about the magnificence of spirituality. So to me, this is somebody who knows of spirituality, somebody who not only has dipped their toe in the river of spirituality, but they fully have immersed themselves. You know the eternal and your place in the world, and that's one of your priorities, is to be a light worker, work around light workers, and honor the flow of life by segueing out one job and replacing it with something else. And then your dream is to be an entrepreneur. You're dreaming big. And I know this because the Sun talks about, and this is in your near future, talks about how you're pulling from the river of life. The Sun has its infinite possibilities to embrace you with, because you dream big, you dream upon a star, and Sun is one of the biggest stars there are. Yep. So this talks about how everything will turn out amazingly for you as long as you think positive and honor the flow of life. And the Nine of Swords, in present time, maybe you put yourself into a self-fulfilling prophecy, burning the midnight oil. But again, we are definitely in Mercury retrograde, and with it, there's the moon energy is great for writers to get up in the middle of the night and write. If you're having trouble sleeping, maybe you should buy a Mercury retrograde journal and start journaling and find out the magnificent inspiration that you can pull from these Mercury retrograde periods in our life. Now, I know a lot of creative types that will get up in the middle of the night, especially around Mercury retrograde, because they are extremely sensitive to that energy, creative types. They're tuned in to the planetary shifts. And we have that amazing eclipse coming to us, so this is not your ordinary Mercury retrograde. It brings with it a little more something else. And so again, people are maybe obsessing about problems that they're experiencing at their work site, that kind of thing. And the Eight of Coins indicates, the Eight of Coins indicates that maybe you know of people that are going back to school, or maybe you're going back to school, or maybe you're re-infused by a passion, or maybe you're passionate about a metaphysical project, because it talks about studying on some basis, being a student of metaphysics, of the occult. Now, this is your hopes. Oh, actually, this is you, how people see you. And Two of Swords is maybe it'd be best to make a decision. You're overanalyzing and you're maybe second-guessing yourself. So you need to take a look at, it could be that you are, if you need to bring in a third party to make inroads into something that is deadlocked, consider doing that, because it looks like there's a battle of wills here, and maybe you need to incorporate a third neutral party to help you smooth things out. The High Priestess card talks about, again, I've talked about this, the beauty that life holds in store for those people that know of their spirituality and their place in the universe amidst that. So you could be having psychic epiphanies, or your psychic abilities might be taking steps up. And you know of this. With that moon eclipse, the sun eclipse, that actually could be, here the sun could be talking about that eclipse that's in store for us on the 19th. For 3 minutes. And wonderful 3 minutes, huh? And some people are actually taking time out of their busy schedules to go travel to see that eclipse. Wonderful. And so let's talk about what I heard in organizing this reading, setting up for the reading. I heard with the Ace of Wands card that this is a beautiful, magical opportunity coming for you. And it could be to further your goals as an entrepreneur. The Wheel of Fortune card that crosses us talks about how things are changing suddenly. The Queen of Coins, I hear, make sure that you're working with like-minded people. This could be you in the reading space. And this is somebody who, and you might have somebody around you who is overindulging. They could be an overindulgent type person, or they could be overly imbibing. There could be somebody who's in a recovery space around you, 12 steps. But you're also looking at your ability to easily retire. I see that in this reading. And the Queen of Coins here is a person who has it all. A lot of haviness. You know, one of those people that does everything for everybody and then doesn't really safeguard their own happiness or well-being. So take stock of your own health, you know, at least when you are in a meditation space, which we are naturally drawn when we go to the ladies' lounge or the restroom. Sit there for a while and commune with the Supreme Being and make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well. Because I do see you might be burning the midnight oil. You have 2 jobs right now. You're weighing probably one out for your entrepreneurial dream job. So a lot of that energy is getting lit up where you're not taking the best care of yourself or eating the right foods, that kind of thing. And that could lead to that insomnia space over here. You're not drifting off readily. So maybe you want to incorporate some lavender and stuff, oils into use lavender conditioner or whatever, so that you can drift off naturally, or think about incorporating, grapes. And this is funny that I'm telling the Queen of Coins, because the grapes in the card in the Rider-Waite Tarot are a natural symbol in the Queen of Coins. But grapes are a great way for the body to relax. If you start eating grapes, then your insomnia might leave you for good. Bananas, mangoes. And then you have the 8 of Coins. Those 3 fruits help insomniacs, or people who have trouble sleeping. And again, the 8 of Coins talks about how maybe you're burning the midnight oil by reading up on spiritual matters. That's a great space, take it from me, to make time to tune in to your place in the environment and how special of a person that you are. The 2 of Swords, again, it's kind of some combative energy that this is, maybe you're feeling that when you pull away from your day job, that people are going to, not allow you to do it easily or effortlessly, so you're staying up late, trying to wrestle in your mind or obsessing about that you have to know exactly how things are going to turn out before you can let your head hit the pillow. Then I'm going to kind of look spontaneously if there's anything else the Supreme Being would like to help put the seal, put in wax stamp on this reading. You know how they used to send the letters and they would seal it with wax. So let's have the Supreme Being take the envelope and seal it with the wax stamp. I really do. The Supreme Being is telling about the shift in consciousness and how to be supportive of fellow light workers to bring that in. He says there's going to be this really cool shift where all light workers kind of help one another, and like these cottage industries popping up and that kind of thing. So help, be supportive. It's like buy locally, same thing. Support your fellow light worker. That should be a song. And Again, yeah, the Supreme Being is going, when you work with light workers, make sure that you treat them the way that you want to be treated, the golden rule. Don't, because they're Salt of the Earth people, they sometimes are seen as they're last on the list and everybody else is first. Isn't that amazing? So just know that. And what else Supreme means? And he's just saying, if there were more people that worked tirelessly, there would be a different planet, a different life, different experience on this planet. And then I'm going to go back and kind of go through those cards again. Ace of Wands, entrepreneurial. Good news. The Queen of Coins. A person that makes other people happy but denies themselves. Crossed by the wheel. Kind of like the movement in life that sets people on their path. The Two of Coins card. So first we'll talk about the Nine of Cups. This is in the past relevant to the situation. It's kind of talking about the self-indulgent person that was taking all and giving little. And then Two of Coins talks about I kind of hear environmental activist here, environmental activist. So the Two of Coins is, this card we could be talking about 2 jobs, making ends meet, borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. It's a balance game. And this is, I don't need to describe that much more. And then the Nine of Coins, or Nine of Swords here, worthiness issues. Worthiness issues. That's why they're staying up late at night, is the worthiness issues. And then Eight of Coins talks about it's about being informed about issues that are relevant to your application. And I see that as like a light worker. And Two of Swords, making a decision. And working with other people if there's too much of a deadlock. So bringing in a neutral third party, and then the High Priestess card. Yeah, knowing your place in the universe. You are spirit. You are spirit. You might be housed in that physical body, but you are spirit first. So thank you, lovely Sagittarius. I hope that's been a wonderful, informing reading. I had such an honor to do these tarot readings for you. If you'd like to know more, get a reading, you can look at the my channel. The information is there for you to look at. Give me a call. I can do readings over the phone easily and effortlessly. Love that space. And also, you can go to Lake of the Sky Psychic Institute to learn more about Steve and I. So wonderful. Thanks. And until next time, lots of light and love. Bye-bye.